Shalom, shalom, everyone. Um, just wanted to do a free class for you. And it is introduction to, it's a beginner's introduction to Hebrew 101. And so I'm going to start out with a disclaimer. A lot of this information, for example, the letters behind me, are letters that I've learned from one of my Hebrew teachers, Valerie. And the letters that you'll see later on will be something that I've learned from Hebrew, the word of Hebrew. I think it's what it is. My apologies if I can't remember right now. But just kind of wanted to, get you interested in the Hebrew language. Scripture says that one day we will all speak the same language. And so this is just to encourage you to get interested. If you are truly interested, I will be doing a little more on learning, but today is the free class. It's like a teaser for you. So let's go ahead and get started. I'm going to share my screen. And let's do this. All right. So welcome. Shalom. And I am excited to bring this to you. First thing that we will do is learn the Aleph Bet song that I've taught my little guys. They were 4, 3, and 1 at the time. And so now they're just a year older, but I've been working with them on learning Hebrew. So here you go. So let's see here. You can look at these letters. These letters are from my teacher, who one of my teachers that I've sat with. So we will begin with, and I hope you can see this. There's a Aleph behind my picture. I was hoping my picture wouldn't show, but it does. So anyway, here we go. Aleph, Bet, Gimel, Dalet, Hey, Vav, Zayin, Het, Tet, Yud, Kaf, Lamed, Mem, and Nun, Samik, Ayin, Hey, Zadi, Kuf, Resh, Shin, and Tav. Now you know the Aleph Bet. Now I will do it really slow for you. That was kind of slow. That's about the speed that I go with my grandchildren. So let's do it a little bit slower. And it starts off with a red letter. Of course, Hebrew always starts on the right-hand side. So, Aleph, Bet, Gimel, Dalet, Hey, Vav, Zayin, Het, Tet, Yud, Kaf, Lamed, Mem, Nun, Samik, Ayin, Hey, Zadi, Kuf, Resh, Shin, and Tav. And now you know the Aleph Bet. Now, sometimes I'll share it. Sometimes I was saying the Aleph Tav because Yeshua is the beginning and the end. God is the beginning and the end. All right, so let's go on. All right, as I mentioned earlier, Hebrew is read from right to left. And on the bottom, above the arrow, it says Ivrit, Safa, Ya, Fa. Hebrew is a beautiful language, and I think you'll fall in love with it, just like I did. All right, so we're going to go over the basic letters, the final letters, variations, letters with the same sound, with the same base sound. So we'll go over a lot of information for you. Aleph, it has no base sound unless you add vowels to it. Those are those tiny little dots, the dashes that you see either above or below or occasionally in the middle. So here, let me go to the next one. Bait, bait. The base sound is b, 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 as in Bob. Bait. And you see that little dot in the middle, like I was talking about? Well, let's find out what that is. That is a dagesh. The dagesh is giving it a specific sound, as in the letter b, 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 bet. All right, here's a few examples of a dagesh in the letter, making it a different sound. So you have bet, which we just learned about, or vet. You have cough or cough. Did you hear that glottal sound? And then you have pay or fay. All three of those have a dagesh that change the sound of the letter. Back to bet. Okay, bet. B, b, as in Bob. Vet. This is still the letter bet without the dagesh, but it is vet, as in V for gov. Gov. Vet. Then you have gimel. Gimel, with the G sound as in dog. G, g, gimel. And here we have dalet as the sound of the D in red. Red. Dalet. Here we have the letter hey, as in an H sound, as in hey. This is the letter Vav, and it is a V sound, as in gov, or Vav. This is Zayin. It is the Z sound, as in whiz, Z, Zayin. This is het. Do you hear that? Het, het. The base sound is a KH sound, that glottal sound, like you're clearing your throat. Het. Then we have tet. Tet is the T sound, as in get, get, t, t, tet. And yud. Yud, a Y sound, as in pay, yeah, yud. And then cough with the dagesh sounds like a K, as in arc. Cough, cough, cough. And then you have cough without the dagesh, and that is cough. Do you hear that? Cough. And then you have lamed. Lamed. The L sound, as in gel, or llama. Lamed. We also have mem. Mem. An M sound, as in gem. Mem. And we have noon, as in the N for pen. Noon. Noon. We have samic. Samic, as in an S for sky. stomach, stomach. Then we have ayin. No base letter. It is silent unless you place one of those little dots or dashes above or below. So ayin is the letter, ayin. Then we have pay. See that dagesh in the middle? Pay. P. The sound is the base sound is the P for map. Map. Pay. Pay. And this is a same sound, but it looks different. It's a pay, Sophie, or final letter. It's still with a P. It's got the little dagesh in there, so it's a P, 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 p sound. Then you have the letter pay is no longer sounding like pay. It now sounds like fay. Fay. It's got the F sound. There's no dagesh in there. So now you have the F sound as an off, off. Fay, fay. And again, the same sound, but it looks different. The fay without the dagesh and the fay without the dagesh is a sofit. And they both have the same sound, F sound, f, 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 off, fay, fay, and fay sofit. Then we have zadi, zadi. The base sound is the TS sound, as in boots, boots, boots. So it's za, za, zadi, za, zadi. And then we have kuf, kuf, as in a K for arc, kuf, or that Q sound. I prefer it with the Q sound. Kuf, kuf, kuf. And then we have resh, resh. And that is an R sound. They say as in gargling water, right? Well, I just say resh, resh, not R, as in the English letter R, but as in resh, resh, resh. Then we have shin, shin. It's a sh sound, as in ash, shin, shin. Same letter. No, it's different. See that dot above? That makes it a seen, seen, as in S for sky. S for sky. Let's look at that. Sh as in ash, and s as in sky. Sin. All right, here you go. So the sin is on the left and the shin is on the right. The dot is on the right and the dot is on the left. This might help you remember. I really like this. So S versus sh, or s versus sh, for sin, for shin. Sin is never right. I cannot take credit for that. That's thewordinhebrew.com. And then we have one more letter I wanted to introduce you to. For those of you that are into the mystic realm, Shin Ga Do. We're not going to speak too much about that in any of the teachings that I do. So you're looking at sin, shin, and Shin Ga Do. All right, the tav, tav, T as in get, Now remember we had a tet before? The tet and the tav have the same sound, but they look very different. Tav is the last letter of the aleph bet. All right, here's some final letters. Now, these are the ones that you will learn about through the Jewish circles. And they are Kaf Sofit, starting from the right, going to the left, and then down to the bottom. It is Kaf Sofit, Mem Sofit, and then Nun Sofit. I'm at the bottom right, Nun Sofit, and Fe Sofit. Remember, there's no dagash on there, so that is a Fe Sofit. And a Zadi Sofit, All right, but now I'd like to introduce you or propose something a little different. There are two more letters that we do find at the end of words. If you look on the right-hand side, the Vav, per one of my Hebrew teachers, Valerie, the Vav is a Yud Sofit, and you do find it at the end of words. So that is a Vav, then the Kaf, then the Mem Sofit, then the Nun Sofit, then the Fe Sofit, then the Zadi Sofit. But what about the Tav? We find the Tav at the end of words as well. And let's go on before I explain something else. And this is information that my teacher Valerie has been gifted with. Okay, so the Vav, let's count these. Vav, Kaf, Lamed, Ga. At the lower right is Ga, Nun Sofit, Fe Sofit, Zadi Sofit, and Tav. How many is that? We have 8. We have 8, right? Okay, so after the flood, there was only 8 people standing. We had Noah and his 3 sons. We had his wife and his son's 3 daughters. And so Yehovah shared with Valerie that there are 8 Sofits. So kind of makes sense, doesn't it? I thought I'd just kind of enlighten you with that one. All right, so let's look at some final letters here. Now, you'll notice I took the Ga away because I've never seen the Ga at the end of a word. But we see Vav, Kaf Sofit, Mem Sofit, Nun Sofit, Te Sofit, Zadi Sofit, and Tav Sofit. Okay, so these have the same sound, and it's a glottal sound. Chet, Kaf, and Kaf Sofit. Then you have Mem and Mem Sofit. We have Nun and Nun Sofit. Same sounds. Then we have Fe and Fe Sofit, the F sound, F, F, F. Then we have Zadik and Zadik Sofit. And that brings us to the end of this presentation. And so I just want to thank you for your time. Thank you for watching this video. If you would like it, and you're welcome to share it. And if you'd like more information, join us at www.cbn.org. 7daughtersofom.tv. I'll try to put those links in there for you. And if you're interested in some classes, give us a jingle and we'll share more with you. But this is the one free class I am offering. Have a blessed day, a blessed year, blessed month, blessed year, days, weeks, years. All right. And if you're interested in being in a class that meets every day at 6:30 Pacific Standard Time, you send me a message personally, or I will reach out. I will return your call. I will return your message, excuse me, if you go to our website, and I'll go ahead and put that link in the information below. All right. I hope you have learned something. I hope that it's piqued your interest and that you will follow us. You can follow us at the Daughters of OM on Facebook. And we will see